Ashley tracking back, but Keane turning inside well. Dicks with a shot. Oh, and it's a great goal against his old club. Oh, you'll love that one.
Hi everyone, I'm here today with the legend, West Ham legend Julian Dicks. Julian,
Oh, yeah.
great to see you, mate.
Thank you.
Hope you're well.
Very well, thank you.
As you know, Julian, big collector of 90s stuff, football boots in particular. Been having a little look today, haven't we? Just wanted to go back to where it all started with you, Julian. Obviously Birmingham was your first club. Did you get a boot deal back then? What was the sort of deals you had?
No, I was at Villa first with Ron Saunders, the manager. He resigned from Villa and went to Birmingham and took me with him. But I was only 14.
Right, so you started at Villa?
Yeah, I started at Villa, but then went to Birmingham. I went to school in Birmingham. Originally, I'm from Bristol.
Right, okay.
So I went to school in Birmingham at 14.
Yeah.
But I was guaranteed apprenticeship and guaranteed pro. So that was my deal back in the day. But as a 16-year-old, we were sponsored by Patrick. Right. The boots back then, they were really, really good.
Yeah.
But as a young kid, you always wanted Nike or Puma.
Of course, yeah.
So I used to ask the pros.
What sort of was this? Mid-80s, 84, 85?
84, yeah.
Yeah.
I used to ask the pros to get me some Nike Tiempos and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, some of them did, some of them didn't.
Big deal for you to get a pair.
It was. Yeah, but a pair of Nikes. Even back then, they were great boots.
Yeah.
For me, they were probably better back then they are now. So.
And you used to keep them for like a whole year, did you?
Yeah, we used to.
That was the sort of thing.
Yeah, you used to keep them. It wasn't like it is nowadays that you could have like 2 pairs a game and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we used to have.
It's amazing now.
A pair or 2 pairs a season. So that was the case. It wasn't a case of Nike give you 10 pairs.
Right. So they were sponsored by Patrick. You got Patrick's. Mm-hmm. If you could have a pair of Nikes,
off the pros, I used to know them.
That's mad. That is. So then, obviously at Birmingham, you then went. John Lyle signed you to West Ham.
Yeah, John signed me.
It was 88, was it?
That was 88, 89. I remember John coming down with Eddie Bailey, who was the chief scout at the time,
right.
And West Ham. The manager at the time was Gary Pendry, and he said, "We've accepted a deal from West Ham. They're coming down tomorrow to talk to you. Do you want to go?"
Right.
So, like I said, I was 18, 19, and I said, "Yeah, listen." Obviously, I talked to him back then. It was about clubs selling players to keep afloat.
Yeah. Going to live in London appealed to you? Obviously.
Not really. No, I didn't. Like I said, it wasn't. I'd never really thought about it. All I've ever wanted to do is play football. I didn't care where I lived or anything like that. Yeah. So I remember John coming down and going. At Birmingham, I was on £140 a week. Right. And I remember John coming in and saying.
And you was a regular at Birmingham?
Yeah, I was playing. I played 80-odd games for
Birmingham. Caught the eye of John Lyle. So.
And he said, "We'll give you £650 a week. And we'll give you £50 appearance." So I'm thinking, I'm going to be rich.
Yeah, which you pretty much was back then.
It was. It was. Listen, it was a great wage. So I signed for Birmingham, and I come. That was on the Tuesday. On the Wednesday, he said, "Look, come down on the Thursday, and we sort everything out." And we were playing Man United at Old Trafford.
Right.
So he called me in the office on Thursday. He said, "Do you know you're suspended for Saturday's game?"
Oh, for the first game for West Ham?
Yeah, I went, yeah, I know. He went, "I didn't, I wouldn't have signed you."
Oh, really?
So, but it was, my first game was against Sheffield Wednesday away.
Yeah.
My first home game was against Everton at home.
Yeah.
But as I said to you earlier, I mean, West Ham is just, Upton Park was just an incredible place.
Unbelievable, yeah, as we've been speaking about it today, how much we miss it in there. So when you come obviously onto a bigger $650 a week sort of money, do you get any boots involved in that sort of deal? Again,
it wasn't a case of like you get your boot deals and stuff like that. It was you were just happy. But you were just happy to get a pair of boots.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It sounds stupid the way like the players are now with all their boots they get. We were just happy to get a pair of studs and a pair of molds. Yeah,
I know. It's just, as you know, all these sort of boots that I've got here, they're really sort of extinct now. They're really dying out. So, you know, to get hold of them is pretty hard to do in that. Tell me about John Lyle and smoking and all that. I heard a little story because.
Well, John was. Explain John. John was an incredible man.
He used to smoke in the car with you and all
Yeah,
that.
but what it was, because when I come down from Birmingham, obviously I didn't have a house, so I stayed in the Bell at Epping.
Right.
And John would come through Epping, he would pick me up in the hotel, take me to training, but as he'd take me to training, like John was a chain smoker.
Yeah, yeah.
So he would...
It's just strange, in this day and age, it wouldn't happen, would it? Players obviously not allowed near a fag.
No, but I mean, I used to smoke, but the thing is, John was different. You know, I mean, for me, it was 20, 25 years before his time, but again, managers wouldn't pick players up. Right. But he picked me up and obviously he'd have a fag on the go. His windows were shut, but to be fair, I didn't have the balls to say, John, can you open your window? Yeah. So he would smoke literally from Epping to the training ground, but he would smoke about 7 or 8 cigarettes.
That's crazy, that is.
The car would be full of smoke and things like that. So, but he used to take me back as well. Yeah. And it was incredible. Like, you got a manager taking me to training.
Yeah, just would, like I say, that how the game's changed nowadays, you know, it's just unbelievable, isn't it? So obviously then you went to Liverpool for a little period, didn't you? Enjoy it up there?
I enjoyed it. I didn't want to go because I was happy at West Ham.
Yeah.
But the deal was sorted out. So I thought to myself, listen, if the people at the club don't want me, then I'll go. Met Graham Souness, loved him to bits as a manager, as a person. And I met him and that was it. I said, I'll sign. Yeah. And that was it. So I played 28 games for Liverpool. I was the last player to ever score as a Liverpool player at the Standing Cup.
Oh, Roger.
So it was a penalty against Ipswich. So
she was on the pens up there as well.
Yeah. So obviously that goes down in their history books.
I see you wore a bit of Mizuno back at Liverpool days.
Yeah, I like I said, I loved Puma Kings.
Yes.
The old Puma Kings, where they had the yellow heel.
We've got a pair over here, Julian. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're classic. They are.
I mean, they're good boots, but when I played, they had like a yellow heel, and then it was a white heel.
Oh right, gotcha.
Like old school.
I'll have to look into that style. Yeah.
They were magnificent. And
was you always a stud man?
Always wore studs. Yeah.
I thought so. I just the way you play.
The longer the studs, the better.
Leaves it in there a bit more, doesn't it? Yeah. But you can't go wrong with a pair of Puma Kings, can you? You know, they're just.
No, but like even these nowadays they've changed so much. I mean, the leather used to be kangaroo leather and stuff like that, and they were incredible boot.
Yeah.
But like I said, I haven't seen a pair for years and years and years.
Of them original.
Of the original ones.
I'll have to try and get hold of a pair of them. The Speciale, the Umbro Speciale, similar sort of boot. I don't think you ever wore an Umbro though, did you?
No, I would never wear Umbro, no. Not my kind of boot.
Not your sort of boot.
Nike or Pumas,
similar.
like I said, the Zunos.
Yeah.
But like I said, even like coming towards the end of my career, it was a case of you were happy just to get boots.
Yeah, of course.
I signed one deal with Puma.
Yeah.
And I think that was for $5,000 a year.
Oh right.
So.
And you just kicked out in Puma. So.
Yeah, but it wasn't a case of I could have what I wanted.
No.
You'd only get so much. You only get like 3 or 4 pairs.
That was 90s then, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I recall you giving out the little cards now, the Puma cards that were signed and that.
It wasn't a case of like you signed the contract, you could have what you wanted.
Yeah, it was still limited.
It was a limited.
You're getting paid and you get X amount a year and you wear out brand.
And that was it. And that's obviously the boots were ripped or things like that.
Yeah,
but you still had to prove it.
Yeah, that's crazy, yeah. What do you think of these when Adidas brought out the Predator? Because it was your era, Julian.
Yeah, to be honest,
the weight of it.
Yeah, I mean, but even it's not for me. I mean, I wouldn't. For me, listen, I was always confident in my ability. I didn't need things on my boots to swerve a ball or
I think a lot
or
of
anything like that.
You don't get to where you're at and then need help. Do you?
No, I mean, looking at them.
Ugly.
I couldn't wear them.
Yeah.
Whatsoever.
The weight of them is unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, I knew obviously players did, obviously because some of them got weighed in properly.
Yeah, of course.
But for me, it's ugly.
It is ugly. The weight of it, like I say, it's.
When you look at to the weight of these.
Yeah. And obviously, I think more of an attacking boot. You wouldn't really see a defender. I don't think many defenders wore them sort of Predators.
No, possibly not. But back then, I was West Ham's highest goal scorer and things like that. So as a fullback, it was. But no, I mean Puma or Nike were my first choice of boots. Puma first choice, and Nike was second. So.
Yeah, I just thought you was very much in that era where where Adidas were up to all sorts of.
I remember them coming out and the amount of players
Yeah.
they had them. Obviously, David Beckham and people like that had them. And they look nice. I mean, I like the Nike ones better, but
they're Teddy Sheringham style. I think you finished your career off in a similar sort of boot, 02 sort of time. Not that one, but that sort of style was the Tiempo style. I think when you played your testimonial was in a similar sort of Nike boot. Yeah. So these ones here, 99 Accelerator. You had a few tussles with this guy, I think, during your time. That's Niall Quinn's boot.
Niall Quinn.
Yeah, his boot, size 11.
Big Niall.
Big old boy, wasn't he?
He was.
Great player, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was good. He'd done his job. That's it. He'd done his job, scored goals.
Scored plenty of goals, didn't he? Yeah. And these, like you say, these are the style. I remember when we drew 2-2 Man United. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you whacked the penalty in. Got us the draw. That David Beckham scored. He's got a good goal that night.
He scored a great goal that night.
It was a great goal.
Yeah, it was a great
Don't really give the credit. Well, I don't know. Maybe they did at the time, but you watch it. It tucked under his feet, wasn't it?
It was a good goal.
Phil Neville. Look at Beckham. Left unattended. But even so, that was exquisite. Well, when many people might have been expecting the power, Beckham shows us the other side of his character. A beautiful, delicate chip.
What a night that was.
It was incredible.
Unbelievable.
Like I say, we're 2-0 down at Upton Park.
Was it half time 0-0?
I can't remember.
No.
But even when it went 2-0, we're thinking, we're going to get battered.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because they had such a good side. I mean, obviously Beckham, Cantona, Giggs, Scholes, Keane, Schmeichel. You know what I mean? They had some incredible players.
Yeah.
But then Harry brought on Radichoya.
Yeah.
Who scored. I mean, David Beckham's was a good goal. Radichoya, took his goal exceptionally well.
Scored, and then I mean, like you say, you think there's going to be a few more.
Yeah, we did, but we got it back to 2-1. But then obviously the fans really got behind us. I remember Illy picking the ball up just inside our half and round the ball and played a great ball to Michael Hughes, and Schmeichel brought him down.
That's right, yeah. In the sort of corner of the box, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, and so I think the referee might have been Keith Hackett, but I'm not sure. So we give a penalty, and I was waiting to take the penalty.
Yeah.
Then it was Radichoya and David May had a bit of a tussle.
Right.
So then I got a tap on my shoulder.
Yeah.
And it was Eric Cantona.
Oh, right.
And he said, Dick's small goal.
He said what?
Dick's small goal. So I waited to take the penalty, and I went, Eric, I'll have a big heart.
Don't worry, mate. Yeah.
So then obviously I smashed it in, and that was it. I mean, that was, I think, to be fair, that's probably one of my best goals.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds silly because it's a penalty.
Yeah,
but it was, especially against them.
Will this be power? It normally is. What a responsibility on the shoulders of Julian Dicks. There's all sorts of jostling going on the edge of the area, which won't help the penalty taker. I don't think that was freezing too much more. The goalkeeper who gave away the penalty now has the chance to preserve Manchester United's lead. But Dicks flashes it past him. And the whole complexion has changed here so dramatically. 2-2. Well, I said I thought it would be power. And power it certainly was.
Goals can become better because of the occasion, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you could score an amazing goal in a friendly, but it'll get forgotten. So because it's a pressure goal, you know, 2-1
It
down.
was, yeah, it was. I mean, to be fair, I mean, a professional footballer should never miss a target from 12 yards.
No, is that why you went with the smash?
Well, I missed one against Watford in the cup game. I hit the post and I tried to place it, and I said to myself after that, I'm never gonna place another one. So I'm thinking, as I said, you should never miss a target from 12 yards.
You shouldn't. No.
So if you hit the target as hard as you can with the ball, then you have a great chance of scoring. Unless the keeper makes a great save or it just hits him.
Fair enough.
So and that's why I went with my penalties from then on.
Schmeichel didn't come near that one, did he?
No, he didn't. No.
No. What about your warm up or lack of warm up?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't do them at all.
No, I never.
That's insane.
But back then you didn't. It wasn't a case of you had to warm up.
No.
And if you went out to warm up, you had to do it yourself.
Right.
You didn't have fitness
Yeah,
coaches.
you just sort of went out, didn't they? And
smashed the
you
ball.
did what you felt good. Yeah.
But my warm up was I used to sit in a hot bath.
Yeah.
With my boots on. with my Pumas on.
So your boots would be all soaked completely,
A couple of cans of Coke and a Mars bar, and that was it.
That's crazy.
And I'd go out at 10-2 when we went out and I'd play.
It's a brilliant story though. You wouldn't believe it if someone said today. Can you imagine Gareth Southgate popping in
today
and say they wouldn't even allow a can of Coke
No,
in the stadium, would they?
No, they don't. I mean, obviously Coke's full of sugar, which gives you energy.
Yeah, that's it.
And Mars bars give you energy and things like that. So
it makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah.
It did to me.
Yeah. If it works, it works. I just couldn't believe that you never went and struck a few balls.
I was fortunate enough that I could just go out and just smash balls, even in training.
Everyone's different though, aren't they? Some people
they are, yeah. But I remember little Frank, Big Frank used to, obviously he was assistant at the time, he said like, Julian, take the boys for a run around training ground.
Yeah.
I went, no, it's not my job.
Thing. Yeah.
It's your job.
Yeah.
So, and they would go running, I would just stay there with the ball.
Wow.
Which I'm quite surprised they allowed that, but they did. So
that's crazy, that is, yeah. And as we was talking earlier about Eddie Gillam, the kit man, he was driving mad with the buttons.
Yeah, Eddie, God bless him. But he used to take me in the West Ham van to show me houses when I first come down.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, we used to drive around Billericay and places.
Helping you settle in and all that.
Yeah,
it's nice.
He was brilliant, Eddie. But like I said, we used to have shirts that had buttons on, or they were quite tight around my neck, and I used to cut them.
Yeah.
But the next day or the next game, they'd be sewn back up.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the case that you only got one long sleeve, one short sleeve in the season.
That's amazing. A whole season.
Yeah.
Like
Unless obviously they were ripped off or something.
Yeah,
then you get another one.
replace it.
But yeah,
that's amazing. That's why there's such a shortage. Like I was asking you if you had any kit and that. Obviously it's my thing, but there's none of it about from the 90s. You know, even the top players back then, like you talk about your Beckhams and these Predators, and they did get a lot given to them. But in the scheme of today, they got nothing.
No.
20, 30 pairs a season, that's nothing. Now they're getting 200 pairs to start the season, and a lot of them ain't getting touched, what have you. But
no, they're not, and they cost an absolute fortune.
Yeah, it's a shame, really. But what it's also doing is making the stuff not as desirable to collectors and fans, because there is a lot of them out there. So yeah, I've got a few little bits here, Julian. This will take you back. I might have Delta. As one of the first ones you would have had. Yeah, that's an original. There's not many of them about. And as we was talking about the penalty against Schmeichel, so that would be the Ultimax she was using them. I used to go over West Ham, Julian, used to be hammering bagfuls of these Ultimaxes about, weren't there? And we used to climb over the railway track and after training and all that, trying to get hold of a few that had gone in the bushes and that. They're brilliant over Chadwell, they miss it so much. But what do you reckon they're worth today? That's an original, so that's a 95.
This one here?
That one there probably around £1,200. This one more like £1,500.
So now if I'd have known that, I would have kept it low.
Yeah, you would have stopped kicking them. It's amazing, isn't it?
It is. I mean, I've got, when we were at West Bromwich Slab, I've got the ball that we played against QPR, and we drew 1-1 and got promoted. I've got that ball at home.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But I mean, that's not going to be worth anything at the moment. But I mean, that's extortionate money.
It's amazing. Well, like you say, the more present day stuff, again, around the pitch, you have 50 balls.
Yeah, of course,
just on tap. But back in the day, you didn't used to have the ball just there thrown to you.
No, you didn't. No.
You just get the ball back out of the crowd if you're lucky.
If you were lucky.
Yeah.
If not, then they had to get it out of the bag.
Yeah.
Because I think you had to make 5 or 6 match balls in the bag.
It. But there's still, you had plenty of training in that, so they, like I say, that's immaculate, really.
Yeah.
And they are very, very sought after. So yeah, it's a sort of value on them.
It's incredible.
Just wish we hadn't kicked them all about, really.
Exactly.
It's mad, isn't it? Yeah. Look at some of the old training kit, Julian, as well. Isn't it crazy that they even like what they made these out of? The old drill top. It's terrible.
It's awful.
It's like a bit of underlay you're running around with, like. Who comes up? And Umbro, Adidas, they all done the drill top. It was a 90s thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. But it's just like feeding it.
Horrible,
it's horrendous.
It's just crazy, yeah. So, yeah, it's crazy. Upton Park, are you over it yet?
No.
Nah, me neither.
I don't think
ever will be.
No, I don't think I'll ever get over Upton Park. As I said to you, I go down there every 6 months.
Yeah.
Just to look around and obviously it's flats, and I understand that.
Yeah.
But just to look around the place and
just reminisce.
The memories.
Memories are unbelievable.
It's incredible. I mean, it's like I used to go to Nathan's. Sometimes we used to train at the ground. I used to go to Nathan's and used to go in Ken's Calf and then used to go in the bowling and things like that. It was just an incredible place.
And it's sad for all them little businesses that just lost their identities overnight.
It is, but Nathan's is gone.
Yeah. Oh, is it gone,
Yeah,
Nathan's?
it's gone.
I used to love queuing up. You used to begrudge that queue on the match day.
You did.
You'd go and judge it and think, oh, I want it that much, but it's part of your day out.
Yeah. I remember I used to go drive down, obviously we used to drive to the games, so I used to drive there and I'm thinking, so like Nathan's is there and there'd be someone waiting to go in the door and the queue would be down by the bowling. And I'm thinking, these people must be nuts.
Yeah.
But when you have Nathan's, you understand why.
Yeah.
You understand why.
That's
and it was, and obviously that's where they made their money on match days.
And you had the little cafe opposite, which was, everyone went in that little cafe. Not so much, obviously if you got to the ground early, you'd go there. I used to, growing up, all through your era in the 90s, was a junior amateur club room, which I think is terrible that they don't have something like that for the kids today. Yeah. It was so good. I'd just do my paper round, meet my friends at 10 o'clock, we'd be there for 11, and we're playing football, and 13, 14 years of age, and then go and watch the games. There's a whole day out. It's not going to be back, is it?
No, it's not, unfortunately.
Like
it's, but it is. It's hard to explain to people that have never been to Upton Park.
Yeah.
I think, to be honest, I think about Upton Park every day.
Yeah.
Every day I do.
Yeah,
I miss just playing at Upton Park. I don't miss. Listen, Old Trafford's a beautiful stadium. Anfield, beautiful stadium. But I just miss Upton Park.
It's just the four stadium stands all enclosed under lights at Upton Park is.
But the thing is, the people that made it were the supporters.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
They were nuts.
Yeah,
they were nuts.
Still are, same people, but it's all just a bit corporate nowadays, isn't it? It's brilliant. Just wanted to talk to you about your team talks, what used to get said to you. Obviously, I've been in change rooms when I used to play, and the managers always used to say to the left back, right back, get in early, hit the winger, let him know you're there. He won't want to come back. I'm sure you've got the same sort of team talk, but what I'm saying is you was allowed to do it, weren't you?
We were, and like I said, like people ask me about the hardest players that you played against and who caused you problems. And to be honest, like everyone will cause you problems, but the people that really caused you problems were people like Franz Carr, Tony Daly, Will Fox, Kanchelskis, who were just rapid.
Yeah.
I mean, they were rapid. No, listen, I wasn't the quickest,
so
but
your thought process is he's going to beat me for speed, so I've got to...
Yeah, like you knew that you could kick them.
Yeah,
you knew that.
You could.
But you could do it 4 or 5 times and the referee go, look, one more, then you go...
And I'm talking sending off kicks, weren't they, sort of?
Yeah, they were.
Very
quite
hard.
Quite brutal. I remember that there's a one we played Arsenal and I just booted shit out of Perry Groves the whole game.
Yeah.
And I remember Perry going to the referee and said, because we were at Upton Park, he said, are you going to send him off? And you went, no, at Upton Park I'm not.
No, really?
Yeah.
That's the sort of effect it had.
Yeah, Upton Park did, yeah.
I used to love it though. I used to get hit pretty hard myself when I was playing, but it used to really like part of the game, but they've not got that now. Which it's not their fault, it's not the players' fault. VAR, it's everything now. You can't get nothing, but it's a completely different game now than it was 20 years ago, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, for me, the game's ruined.
Yeah.
Like I said, but if you're like, just say like Declan Rice, he's playing in this era and he's obviously enjoying it and things without the money, but enjoying it. But I played in the era that I think it was really, really good.
Yeah.
You could kick people.
It's young Rush waiting for Norman's kick downfield. It's won by Dicks though for West Ham. Here is Rush. Oh, and Dicks very, very high in on Rush there. Credit to the youngster, he doesn't make a meal of it. Got straight up again. The studs there were chest high. He could have almost decapitated him here. Oh, look at that. And I think Julian Dicks might well have gone into the notebook here had Rush chosen to make more of that incident.
100%.
You know what I mean? But now you can't kick people, and even if you do, they go down screaming.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So when we played, it was a case of if I screamed, then I was embarrassed.
Your Vieiras, your Keanes, and all that.
Yeah,
just
sometimes
like you've done me there. It's fine. I won't even let people know, but I'm gonna have you back. And the refs knew there was duels going on and all that.
Yeah, but
and
the referees were good because you could swear at the referees and you could have a go at the referees and they'd have a go back at you.
Right.
But now you can't even talk to them.
No.
Even as a captain or a manager, you're not allowed to
They're
talk
all
to them.
worried about people picking up what they say. There's 100 of cameras on them and all that.
Yeah,
so
but they talk like this and they go...
Yeah. It's sad, isn't it, Julian?
It is sad.
That's why I've done these talks, really, talking to 90s sort of players and things like that about the whole thing, because I think it's got lost. And everyone's wrapped up in the game today, which I am. I do love watching it and all that, of course I do. But I just feel like, it was more magical back in our day.
It was a good time back then.
There was a lot less going on. Obviously, there was no social media, so players could get on with whatever they wanted to do off the pitches and all that.
Yeah, but even now, at the end of the day, you have to have a life.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Even back when we played, there's always people want to have a dig at you and they want to maybe have a fight with you, coming out of a nightclub or stuff like that. But I mean, it didn't bother us.
No,
you know what I mean? I remember getting beat 4-0 by Southampton. And we were awful. And we come back to the ground and got in our cars and we went to have a drink. We went in a pub and a few West Ham fans in there said, should you really be drinking?
Yeah, it gets frowned upon. You've had a bad day, haven't you?
I said, if you can look me in the eye and tell me I didn't give 100%, I said, I'll walk out the pub now. So they went, I can't say that. He said, but I can say it about them two over there. I said, but that's not me.
Go and speak to them.
Talk to them.
Yeah.
But I always give 100%.
Yeah.
I had no doubts about that. Yeah, listen, we all have bad games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
we all
it,
have bad games and make mistakes and things like that. But yeah, I just think it's the era I played in was incredible.
Yeah, brilliant. Julian, it's been fantastic talking to you. Obvious question would be, you'd stick with the Puma Kings.
Puma Kings.
I knew that from the start, but I thought I'd just bang more a few up under your nose. As I say, Julian, it's been an honour talking to you.
I appreciate it.
I'm a lifelong West Ham fan, so you've given me some amazing memories. Brilliant. Thank you
very much.
Julian Dicks, everyone.
Dicks. Still Julian Dicks. And there's still some fight left in West Ham. It's 2-1 now. Dicks. Oh, and it's gone through the goalkeeper. Couldn't have seen it through the crowd.
Dicks left foot, oh, and he passed it. I think Coke got a touch, but it went straight through him. 18th minute then of this game. Slip Martin gets the challenge in again. Tate flicking it across. This is Dicks. Keane on his left. Slater just in front. This is Keane. Tracking back, but Keane turning inside well. Dicks with a shot. Oh, and it's a great goal against his old club. Oh, you'll love that one.
Thank you.